Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about light. We know light is a form of energy. To prove this, just switch on the bulb for 5 to 10 minutes and then after touch that bulb you will observe the sensation of heat. So by means of this activity we can conclude that the substance which emits the light, it should emits heat energy also. So light is consisting of heat energy. Coming to the second point, light is the something which enables us to see all the things. Clear children? See, in the dark room, the things which are present in the dark room, it is unable to look at them. After switching on the bulb, you will going to observe the things which are present in the dark room. So it is something which enables us to see the things present around us. Is it clear children? Coming to the third thing, light travels in the straight path. So to prove this, I am going to do one activity. Take a straw and candle, just light the candle, then after place the candle on the table. Now try to look the light emitted by the candle through the straight straw. So at this condition we are able to see the light which is emitting from the candle. Now bend the straw and try to see the light which is emitted by the candle. For this situation it is unable to see. Why? Because whenever you bend the straw, the light which will not be moved through the path of the cylinder of the straw. Is it clear children? So from this activity we can prove that light will travels in the straight line, nothing but it is the rectilinear propagation of the light. Coming to the fourth point, whatever the velocity is there for light, that velocity will be measurable. We can measure the velocity of the light. In vacuum, the velocity of the light is denoted by c. The velocity of the light in vacuum is denoted by c. Its velocity is approximately equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. If at all we express this in centimeters, this will be equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 10 centimeters per second. Coming to the water, the velocity of the light in water is approximately equal to 2.25 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, which is 3/4 of the velocity of the light in the vacuum. Coming to the glass, the velocity of the light in glass is 2 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, which is 2/3 that of the velocity of the light in the vacuum. If it all, and coming to the electromagnetic wave, light is the electromagnetic wave. In order to propagate the light wave, even it could requirement of the medium, or in the absence of the medium also the light wave will be propagated. Even in the vacuum nothing will be there. Even in the vacuum also the light wave will be propagated. Even in the medium, nothing but air, water, in that also the light wave is going to be propagated. If at all you observe the electromagnetic wave structure, in electromagnetic wave we have two fields. One is electric field, another one is magnetic field. So in this diagram I consider the electric field along the direction of y-axis and the magnetic field along the direction of z-axis. Means the electric field and the magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. Here I represented the electric field with the symbol E bar and the magnetic field is represented with the symbol B bar. So if at all you consider the electric field along the y-axis direction, nothing but the vertical direction and the magnetic field will be directed along the z-axis direction, nothing but towards your eye point. Then the direction of the propagation of the wave will be perpendicular to these two things. Nothing but in an electromagnetic wave, electric field, magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other. They are not only perpendicular to each other, they are perpendicular to the direction of the propagation of the wave, where v is the velocity of the light. See, in this diagram I explained clearly. In y-axis direction I represented the electric field, nothing but with the red pen. Coming to the magnetic field, I represented along the direction of the z-axis. So I represented the magnetic field with blue ink. Coming to the propagation of the light are moving along the direction of the x-axis. So in an electromagnetic wave, electric field, magnetic field and velocity of the light, nothing but propagation of the light, all are perpendicular to each other. Coming to the electromagnetic wave, an accelerated charge will create the electromagnetic wave. If the charge is in acceleration, then it will create the electromagnetic wave. In the electromagnetic wave we have both electric field, magnetic field each other. But in the electromagnetic wave, whatever the electromagnetic wave we had considered, in that electromagnetic wave the electric field and the magnetic field will be perpendicular to each other. Ray of light is using in the ray optic to represent the direction of the path of the light. Nothing but ray of light is nothing but it is the straight line to represent the path of light. Is it clear, children? Coming to the ray of light, here you should represent the ray of light will be like this. So direction path you should consider as head, and coming to the this side you should consider as tail. So at head section you have the direction of the light. Coming to the tail section you might be have the source. Is it clear, children? If at all you had taken the collection of rays or bundle of rays, that is called beam of light. Coming to the converging beam, if the rays are going to be converged at one point, nothing but all the rays which are present in the beam, they are going to be meet at one point. That point is called converging beam. Coming to the diverging beam, in case of the diverging beam, from one point, nothing but let us consider this is source, the point which I had represented as source. From the source all the rays will be appearing like diverging. So in case of the converging beam, all the rays will be meet together at one point. Coming to the diverging beam, all the rays will be diverged from one point. And coming to the classification of the substances based on the aloneness of the light, we have classified them into three types based on the aloneness of the light. First one is transparent, second one is translucent, and coming to the third one is opaque substance. Coming to the transparent substance, the substance which allows light through them completely, such kind of substances are called transparent substances. Coming to the examples for the transparent substances, uncoated glass, air and pure water, etc. are the transparent substances. Coming to the translucent substance, the substance which allows light through them partially, that kind of substance is called translucent substance. Example for the translucent substance, oil, paper, etc. Coming to the opaque substance, the substance which doesn't allow light through them, that is called opaque substance. Examples for the opaque substances are stone, human body, board, etc. And in case of the opaque substance, whatever the light is, see, let us consider I had taken this pen as the opaque substance. So whatever the light is fall on this substance, that will be reflected back. So in the opposite direction of the light and behind the pen you will observe the shadow. Coming to the opaque substances, due to the reflectingness of the opaque substances, they are going to be form shadow. Coming to the transparent substance, you won't get the shadow in case of the transparent substances. Coming to the translucent substance, whatever the shadow is formed, that shadow is partially visible to our eye. Why? Because both reflection and refraction will be occurred in case of the translucent substance.